Hello, Namaste. In this video, I will provide you basic knowledge on derivative. Especially, we discuss about techniques of differentiation, second and higher derivative, how to compute, and application of derivative. And this video is especially designed for the students who are going to appear the examination of CTBT board. Okay, let's begin our topics. Techniques of differentiation. In this title, we will learn to use the power rule, the sum rule, product rule, and the quotient rule. In this video, as the techniques of differentiation, we learn about these four rules, and we will try to solve some problems. Okay, and before starting the topics, I will suggest you to memorize this note. The derivative of constant function is 0. For example, if f is a function, arbitrary value constant c, k or any number, then the derivative will be 0. Without stating the definition of derivative, I would like to directly start our main topics throughout the formulas. In this video, I will skip the procedure of first principle. We only learn how to use formulas to differentiate the function. That is known as techniques of differentiation. Now, before starting topic, one thing is necessary to memorize that. Another note, derivative of the function c times c of x, or if the c is any coefficient of a function, then it can be taken out of the differentiation. In the bottom note you will see. And now you start our for the power rule. Okay, let y equal to x power n or y equal to x index n is a function, then differential coefficient of this function is dxn by dx equal to n times x n minus 1. You should note that y dy by dx is known as the differential coefficient. So value of y is x power n dx n by dx, differentiating with respect to x. Okay, this will be n times x power n minus 1. In this function, x is known as the independent variable and y is known as the dependent variable. Usually we differentiate the function with respect to independent variable. Now, for how to use this formula, we try to solve one example. For example, find the derivative of x power 7. Here x power 7 is the given function. We may assume y equal to x power 7. Then using the formula we will get result immediately. Solution, let y equal to x power 7. Differentiating both sides with respect to x, we have dy by dx equal to dx power 7 dx. Okay, operating both sides with dy dx, and applying the power rule, this will imply dy by dx to value of n is 7. So we write 7 in the coefficient, and x power n will be in decreases by 1 unit, that is x power n minus 1. So here index number is 7, so 7 minus 1 is 6. Finally we have dy by dx equal to 7 x power 6. I think you easily understood this problem. Okay, another problem, find the derivative of 3x power 5. Okay, let y equal to 3 times x power 5. Note that 3 is a constant coefficient for x power 5. Okay, now differentiating both sides with respect to x, we have dy by dx equal to dy dx of 3x power 5. Okay, this will imply differential coefficient equal to 3 times dy dx of x power 5. Since 3 is a constant coefficient, we may take on it and okay, and this will be 3 times 5 x power 4 because index 5 will be occur on the coefficient and indices will be decreased by 1 unit, so it will be 4. Okay, thus the finally we have differential coefficient equal to 15 x power 4. Okay, from these two example you understand how to use power rule in simple case. Now sum rule. Okay, d by dx of u plus minus b equal to d by dx of u positive negative d by dx of b. Remember that here u and b are the function of variable x. Okay, u and b are both the function of independent variable x. Okay, memorize. If two functions will be occur in terms of sum, then differential coefficient can be calculated separately and we make their sum. To use this formula, we use this example. Find the derivative of 5x cube plus 4x square minus 2x plus 7. That is the given function. Assume y equal to 5x cube plus 4x square minus 2x plus 7. Here we may think 5x cube is a u, 4x square is a b, 2x is a w, 7 is a another variable z. So using different sum rule, we may differentiate both sides with respect to we have differential coefficient dy by dx equal to dy dx of the given function. Now using sum rule, we separate all four terms. Okay, dy dx of first term 5x cube plus dy dx of second term 4x square minus dy dx of third term 2x plus dy dx of constant term 7. Now this will imply dy by dx cube 5 is the constant coefficient of a function. So first we write 5 dy dx of x cube plus 4 is a constant coefficient dy dx of x square minus 2 is a constant coefficient. So dy dx only the derivative of x plus derivative of the constant term will be 0. So d7 by dx is 0. Now this will imply dy by dx equal to, using the power rule, 5 3 is 15 x square plus 4 2 is 8 x minus 2. Okay, finally we get the required differential coefficient. Now I suggest you to practice this exercise. Find the derivative of the following. Okay, question 1 x power 5, question 2 5x power 7, question 3 3x square minus 5x plus 7, question 4 2 times 2x to the power 3 by 4 minus 3 times x to the power 1 by 2 minus 5 times x to the power 1 by 4. Okay, in the first two questions you will use simply power rule. In the third and fourth question you will use sum rule and power rule. And question 5 also you will use sum rule and power rule. And question number 6 is 6 7 are in the same manner, and question number 8 only require the power rule. And question number 9, first of all you will make it easier. Each term in the numerator will be divided by 2x square, then it will be in the simplest form 3 by 2 plus 1 by x minus 1 by 2x square, then you will be differentiating using sum rule. Okay, I suggest you to practice this question as your exercise. Now start the product rule. Formula d by dx u dot v equal to u dv by dx plus v du by dx. Here u and v are the function of variable x, independent variable x. So u is a first function, v is a second function, then its derivative will be first function times derivative of second function plus second function times derivative of first function. So u dv by dx plus v du by dx. Okay, example, find the derivative of 3x square minus 5x times 2x plus 3. Now begin the solution. Let first term 3x square minus 5x equal to u c, and second term 2x plus 3b. Okay, so we write let u equal to 3x square minus 5x and b equal to 2x plus 3. Now then we have d by dx of u dot v equal to u dv by dx plus b dv by dx, which is the formula. Now simply substitute the value of u is 3x square minus 5x d by dx of b, that is 2x plus 3, plus b d by dx of u, that is 3x square minus 5x. Simply substitute the value of u and b. Now simplifying, first 3x square minus 5x, it will be as it is, d by dx 2x plus 3 will be, here 3 is a constant and derivative of 3 will be 0, so simply we write the derivative of 2x, that is 2, and plus 2x plus 3 will be as it is, and d by dx 3x square minus 5x will be, in the first term 3x square, that is this will give the derivative value 6x, and minus 5x will be after the differentiation simply minus 5, so it will be 6x minus 5. Now simplifying, you will get the result 18x square minus 2x minus 15, which is the required answer. Okay, now use the product rule to calculate the derivative of. These are the questions left as an exercise for you. Let's begin. Quotient rule. In the d by dx of u by b, it should be noted that u and b are the function of independent variable x. Then its derivative will be b du by dx minus u dv by dx all divided by b square. In other language, denominator function times derivative of numerator function minus numerator function times derivative of denominator function, and this total value should be divided by square of denominator value. Let's begin the example. Find the derivative of 4x square plus 3 divided by 3x square minus 2. Now let u is the numerator function 4x square plus 3 and b equal to denominator function, that is 3x square minus 2. Then du by dx will be, calculate first du by dx, this will be d by dx of 4x square plus 3, it will be 8x, and dv by dx equal to d by dx of 3x square minus 2, it will be 6x. We know formula for the quotient rule, d by dx u by b equal to b du by dx minus u dv by dx all divided by b square. Now simply substitute the value of b, u, du by dx, dv by dx, and you will get in this form. Value of b is 3x square minus 2, dv by dx is 8x, minus value of u is 4x square plus 3 times dv by dx is 6x, and b square means 3x square minus 2 whole square. After simplifying, this result will be minus 34x whole divided by 3x square minus 2 whole square. I think you should be able to use this rule in this format. Once again, try to solve these programs using quotient rule. I suggest you to practice this question and you will be perfect on this rule. Now we will start another topic, second and higher derivatives. Okay, let y equal to fx be a differentiable function, then dy by dx is can be written as f prime x, sometimes we denote it by f prime x, is called the first derivative. That means when we differentiate the given function first time, the result is known as first derivative, and if we differentiate that first result dy by dx again, we get dy by dx, and it should be denoted by f double prime x, is called the second derivative, and so on. Okay, similarly we can obtain third derivative, fourth derivative, fifth derivative. Okay, continuously differentiating. Okay, now find the second and higher derivative of fx equal to 5x power 4 minus 3x square plus 11. Given fx equal to 5x power 4 minus 3x square plus 11. Differentiating f prime x, that is first derivative will be 5 4 are 20 x power 3 minus 3 to the 6 x, and the derivative of constant term 11 will be 0. That is first derivative. Again differentiating this function, it will be denoted by f prime x, and 20 x cube will be after differentiation 60 x square, and differential coefficient of 6l will be 6. So 60 x square minus 6 is the second derivative. In same manner, third derivative will be 120 x and so on. Similarly, you will compute fourth derivative, fifth derivative. Okay. Now, we start the another chapter, application of derivative. In this topic, especially we discuss about the maximum and minimum value, local maxima and local minima of a continuous function. Okay, procedure to find local maxima and local minima. We follow the following. The following steps are to be used in finding the maxima and minima of the function f(x) at a point. First step, compute f prime x and f double prime x. That means first derivative and second derivative. Step 2, solve f prime x equal to 0 to obtain stationary point. When you will solve f prime x making equal to 0, you will get the values of x, and those values of x are known as stationary points. And after then, let one of the stationary point be x equal to a. There will be one or more than one stationary point should be available. So we choose x equal to a, an arbitrary point. After solving, you will suppose you will get the value x equal to a. Then find second derivative at a point a. That means f double prime a. That means substitute the value of x in the second derivative, and if you got a result f double prime a, that is second derivative at a point a, is less than 0, that is negative, then fx has maximum value at x equal to a. And if f double prime a, that is second derivative of a function at a point a, greater than 0, that is positive, then fx has minimum value at x equal to a. And for the functional value, for maxima or minima, you will substitute the value of x is a in the given function. You will get maximum or minimum value is suggested. And if while you solving, you will get a f double prime, that is second derivative of a function at a point a is 0, then fx has neither maximum nor minimum value at x equal to a. Note, sometimes we will ask find the maximum and minimum value of the function and point of inflection. To find point of inflection, simply compute second derivative of x equal to 0, and solving it, you will get the values of x, and these values of x are known as stationary points. For example, find the local maxima and minima and point of inflection of the function fx equal to 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36x. Solution. Given fx equal to 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36x. Then we have f prime x. The first derivative will be 6x square minus 6x minus 36. Okay, 2x cube. After differentiating, its differential coefficient will be 3 to the 6, and indices of x is decreased by 1, that is x square. So we write here 6x square, and differential coefficient of 3x square is 6x, 3 to the 6, and indices is decrease by 1 unit, so minus 6x. And 36 is a constant sum, derivative of x will be 1, so that will be minus 36. And again differentiating, second derivative will be 6 to the 12x minus 6. And derivative of constant term will be turned to 0, so simply we have second derivative of our function is 12x minus 6. Now assume f prime x equal to 0, that means we are starting to find the stationary point. F prime x equal to 0, this will implies f prime x is 6x square minus 6x minus 36. So 6x square minus 6x minus 36 equal to 0. After solving, you will get the values of x as 3 and minus 2. When x equal to 3, second derivative of a function at this point x equal to 3 will be f double prime x equal to f double prime 3 equal to 12 times 3 minus 6 equal to 30, which is positive. So fx has minimum value at x equal to 3 and minimum value is f of 3 equal to, substitute the values of x by 3 in the given function, 2x cube minus 3x square minus 36, and this will be in the form of this, and after calculating you will get the values minus 81, which is the minimum value of the given function. Again we have another point x equal to minus 2. Now begin, when x equal to minus 2, f double prime x, that is second derivative of a function x at a point minus 2, that is f double prime minus 2 equal to 12 times minus 2 minus 6, this will be minus 30, which is negative. So fx has maximum value at x equal to minus 2, and maximum value is f of minus 2. Substitute the values of x equal to minus 2 in the given function, you will get the values 44, which is the maximum value of the function. Again we have to find the point of inflection. Again for point of inflection, f double prime x equal to 0, solving this will imply 12x minus 6 equal to 0, this will imply x equal to 1 by 2, which is the point of inflection. This will complete your solution. Okay. If you have any question regarding this solution, you feel free to contact me through my email or Viber or Facebook ID. Now I will suggest this exercise 5 to practice yourself. Okay, in this exercise you see 5 questions. I hope you will be able to solve all of these questions and you will improve your problem solving skill. Okay, thanks for watching this video and wish you a great success on your study. Okay, bye bye.